Welcome to Business Insights with Osayi Tres Omokaro, the one and only free business consultancy live radio podcast from Benin to the world. We have only one vision: to ensure that startup founders and MSMEs do business professionally and make positive and profitable impacts. Sit tight and enjoy today's episode.
Morning, listeners and viewers. You're welcome to yet another episode on our program Business Insights with Osayi Tres Omokaro. We're currently live on Facebook at Treskaro, and also the replay of our previous episodes are live on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/TreskaroHQ. youtube.com/TreskaroHQ, HQ for headquarters. Okay, and this program, Business Insight with Osayi Tres Omokaro, is a live call-in program. It means you have the liberty to call in and ask your questions, make your comments on our Facebook live as the show is ongoing. Drop your questions and we'll pause and respond to your questions. The numbers to call are 070-8544-7462, and the other number is 080-5828-3747. These numbers are available for you to either call in or WhatsApp. So feel free at any point in time to call in or send in your messages. Okay, last week we started a series we called Developing Your Leadership Edge. Today we're going to take it a little bit deeper. Today we're looking at becoming the leader that people want to follow. You know, of course, yes, last time we talked about the fact that leadership is opposed to management in the sense that leadership is a game of influence. It means people have to be intentionally willing to follow you. It means people have to be intentionally willing to follow you. So there is a making. There is a way you can become such a person. So those are part of what we're going to be looking at today. Because really, to become a great leader, it doesn't happen by accident. And to become a great leader, it practically has nothing to do with your position. In fact, position leadership is actually the least kind of leadership. Leadership where people only follow you because they are obliged to follow you. They practically do not have a choice to make. That's what position leadership bestows on anybody. But if that is the height of your leadership, you are not really yet a leader. But positional leadership could give you the opportunity to develop, the opportunity to demonstrate the innate capacity you have to inspire, to motivate, to influence and guide others towards a common goal. That's actually what it means to be a great leader. You must be able to inspire, you must be able to motivate, and you must be able to guide. So we're going to be looking at some of the characteristics and the practices that you need to put in place to become that leader that people will intentionally want to follow. In my life, I've had to sit under various categories of leadership, and today I am leading a lot of persons and also sitting under the leadership of many others. So at every point in time, every one of us is being led. So at every point in time, you are a follower and at the same time a leader. But the question now is, who is that leader that if you have the choice, if you have the decision to make, you will like to follow without being induced? You know, that's what entrepreneurship lays on our shoulders, because part of the responsibility of an entrepreneur is that it's your responsibility to attract and keep every other resources you need to make your business a success. And whether you like it or not, manpower, human resources is the most important aspects of the resources you require to be a successful entrepreneur. And to be able to attract those kind of persons, to be able to keep them, to be able to inspire them to deliver the results that you want, you just have to be that kind of leader that people want to follow. I'm sure by the end of this session, you're going to be able to glean some of these lessons and understand some of these characteristics that people are looking out for and know how to imbibe them and live them through. First, one of the leaders that everybody will intentionally like to follow are leaders with a clear-cut vision. This could become a cliche, a vision, but the truth is, how many of us are really practicing? That's why we always tell people that the principles of success are simple but not easy. They are simple but not easy. So a lot of us know them because they are very simple. Irrespective of the change in generation, today we see the Gen Z, we talk about the millennia, but the truth is the principle of success does not necessarily get affected by the times we are in. The principles of success are principles that remains irrespective of the time. For a leader with a clear-cut vision, you will always attract the people you need to execute. You know, I quoted here, I said, ordinary people follow money. Good people follow a powerful idea, but great people follow a powerful vision. It takes a vision to attract great people. Money is a good motivation, but it's at best at the periphery. You know, and I don't expect everybody to accept this. When you talk about this, a lot of persons will tell you, of course, I just have to survive. Did you hear that word? I just have to survive. Money functions at the survival level. But at a point in life where you need to move from survivor to success, from success to significance, you realize that the people at that pinnacle that are talking about significance are not really motivated by money. People want to be a part of something bigger than them. That's what a vision does. That's what a vision does. A clear and compelling vision can inspire people to follow you. It gives them a sense of belonging. It gives them a sense of purpose. It gives them a sense of direction and help them to understand how the work they are doing fits into a bigger picture. There is this very popular story about bricklayers that were molding blocks. And somebody came in and said, what are you guys doing? One said, as you can see, we are molding blocks. But the other one said, we are building the largest cathedral in this city. The difference was that one knew where the work they were doing today was taking them to. The other one was only carried away with the current task. So that's what a vision does. This person is motivated because he knows that my name will be part of those who built the largest cathedral in this city. I'm a part of a big project. As a leader, as an entrepreneur, it's your responsibility to communicate this vision and ensure that everyone on your team is aligned around it. The questions you must ask yourself, can they see themselves in the vision? Because the truth is, if your people don't know where we are going, somebody says they will walk away. Yes, for a lot of us who are still at the survival level, we may not be able to summon the courage to walk away because we need the money just to survive. But once they overcome that survival level, they need something much more than money to keep them going. We have seen people turn down a job that has more pay to accept a job that have less pay because it aligns with their life purpose, with where they see themselves going. This is not something that a poor man will embrace so easily. They say you are just saying your own. But the truth is, it gets to a time where vision becomes your compelling force. So can they see the end from where they are? Yes, you are asking people to join your team. Your current team, can they see the end from where they are? Because if they can't see the end, like I said earlier, they'll walk away. Without a vision, your staff are actually walking with their eyes closed. They'll be quenching fires every day. They come to work looking for the next thing to do, but not knowing how what they are doing today connects to the next. It's actual vision that drives the action that generates revenue. That's why it is called provision. The second characteristics or practice that every leader that people intentionally follow imbibe is the practice of leading by example. Gone are the days, I hear this a lot, people say, do what I do and not what I say. Great leaders demonstrate what they say. In fact, most times they say what they want to say by doing. You can't be the boss. I see a lot of entrepreneurs, especially those that were inspired to quit their job, to go start their businesses because they say, I want freedom. I see them, you come to work whenever you like. Sometimes we even see it amongst our religious leaders. You are wondering why the people don't come on time. The truth is, as a leader, whether in the corporate environment or in your religious gathering, the way I think is the fact that when you come, that's when the activity starts. Even if the activities have been going on 3 hours before you come, people will intentionally wait till you come. You don't assume that people will do the right thing. You want to show them what the right thing is by you doing the right thing. That's why sometimes for us in the corporate space, we advise leaders, we advise entrepreneurs to get others to come train their staff. I go ahead training other people's staff. Sometimes when we do our in-house engagements and trainings, I bring some of my other colleagues to come share their thoughts. You know why? Everything that you are trying to share with your staff, they see it from how you live. Some of the things you're going to be sharing with them, you may have even talked about it once in a while when you reprimand them for not doing something, for doing something and all of that. Excuse me. So it actually doesn't make the impact as it will when an outsider is sharing it. So as a leader, you must demonstrate how you want your people to lead. People want to follow people who are leading them by example, not those who tell them what to do while they are doing something else. The third thing about great leaders is that they build strong relationships. They understand the fact that relationships are capital. Relationship is capital. There are a lot of things money cannot buy that relationship can buy. I make boasts sometimes to say that there's hardly a challenge that I can't solve scrolling through my phone. Apart from some of these challenges, of course, you have to trust God for the solution. But a lot of times when you come to me talking to me about anything, I practically can take my phone and scroll through to give you a number of somebody who can take it up from where we just finished discussing. Why? Because I intentionally built relationships. And this is not to say I got it all covered, but I intentionally built relationships. My staff knows if I send you out to any agency of government, any organization, anywhere to make an engagement, to engage with any of our stakeholders, what I expect from you is to bring the contact of, if possible, the most influential person in that organization. Because the very next time you want to solve a problem related to that agency, you should be able to call someone who is influential enough to take the decision. So you must be intentional in building relationships. Then last week we emphasized a lot about communicating effectively. That's the next thing that great leaders do. They know how well to communicate. They understand that communication is building pictures in the minds of people. So they speak in pictures. They speak understanding that what they are saying are not just mere words. Words are spirits. Words imprint in the heart of people what you want them to become. So they speak what they want from their people to them. And apart from you are not a good communicator if all you tell a staff is what they are doing wrong. Sometimes you just have to speak where you see them that they can't see themselves yet. So we're going to hit the ground running quickly so we can cover up the others. The next thing that great leaders do is that they empower their team. Empowering your team means giving them the autonomy and resources they need to do their jobs effectively. You can't hire somebody who requires a laptop to work and you don't give him or her a laptop, but you're expecting them to deliver the results. You are disempowering them. Empowerment beyond the physical equipment you provide goes as far as setting clear goals, providing the necessary training and support, and trusting your team to make decisions and take ownership of their work. Allow them make decisions. Understand that these decisions sometimes will fail. The way you give, I hear a lot of leaders say, but I'm open. I allow them say what they want to say. No, it's not enough to allow them say what they want to say. How do you give them feedback? If they say what they intend to say and the feedback is a bash, you have just told them the next time I give you the opportunity, please don't say what you want to say. So you'll be surprised the next time you are open, but they are not talking. Because the last time they spoke, your feedback disempowered them. So by empowerment, understand that when we have a decision to make, my view is one of the views. Theirs are other perspectives to the same thing. And whichever happens to be the most promising is what we will endorse. If at every point in time you allow people share their thoughts, but 100% of the time we end up with your thoughts, I'll bet you the next time they're not going to share their thoughts, because you've just told them that their opinions do not matter. Then great leaders are very adaptable. They are fluid. In fact, I already tilted towards this. They understand that my perspective is one of the perspectives to this issue, not all of it. But leaders that think that people must follow them by force think that their perspective is the only perspective. Never see things in the color of black and white. See things in the shades of gray. Know that this thing could be in between black and white. Like I'll tell my people, I don't think what I say is the best, but I just want you to try to also convince me to see sense in what you're saying. And most of the time, when they make me see sense, sometimes, even if I'm not totally convinced, we suspend what I have said we should do and just try somebody else's out. And once that works, who says? We keep to it. Then great leaders engage in continuous learning. In fact, I actually asked somebody who said something, all this training, what are they going to teach me? Sometimes I sit in trainings where the trainers are people who I have trained and empowered in the past. And sometimes when they are teaching, they want to make reference to me, wanting me to say something about it. Most of the time I tell them, sorry, I came here to learn. Because truth is, my perspective is just one of the many perspectives. Someone who sat under, in fact, somebody said we were all created the same day. The only reason you are older than your children is for the sake of purpose. God had to release you first before he released your children after you. So in reality, that's why God does not have grandchildren, because God gave birth to all of us the same day. So the fact that you are older than people doesn't necessarily mean you are wiser. That's why the oldest person is not always the president. So just have this at the back of your mind, that as a leader, you have to continue to grow. You must continue to grow. Then another thing you must do as a great leader is that you must encourage creativity and innovation. Encourage creativity and innovation. As a leader, is very germane for you to foster an environment that encourages creativity and innovation. An environment that allows people to try things out. An environment that allows people to question the status quo. Because that's the only way creativity and innovation can thrive. Then you must also practice empathy. Empathy is putting yourself in the shoes of other people. When you practice this, before you know it, people begin to understand how much you care about them. Like there's a very popular saying that people don't care how much you know. They just want to know how much you care. So it's important that you get people to understand that I truly care about where you're going. I truly care about who you are. I truly care. That's why in hiring, you must get people to write down where they are going, their dreams and their vision. Let them write it down, so that in your daily engagement with them, you just want to be sure that they are not only contributing to your growth, you are also helping them achieve their growth plan. That's very important. Then you must lead with integrity. You must lead with integrity. I don't think I need to say so much about that. In my parlance, I will tell you, integrity is either 100% or 0%. There's nothing like 95% integrity. So you must lead people with integrity. And when we talk about integrity, people think that it means that you don't fail. It means that when you fail, you own up and take responsibility. Then two other things I'll talk about as we wrap this up is that you must catch your people doing good. A lot of us leaders, we are too bent on catching our people do the wrong thing. We emphasize so much of their wrongdoings. Just intentionally look out for the good things they are doing. Draw attention to it. Somebody said, what you appreciate, will appreciate. So try to appreciate the good things that you see in them. And to wrap this up, you must be resultful. People want to follow people who have results. People are bent on following those who have results. So you must be resultful.